Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing another Kaweco pen. Kaweco is a brand I've actually taken quite a bit of a look at recently, and I think they do some really lovely things. I kind of came to Kaweco through the Lilliput, to be honest. I had some sports and a couple of others, and but it was the Lilliput that actually really made me sort of jump on the Kaweco bandwagon. And this pen is kind of related to that. This is the tin. It's sort of one of the sorts of tins that comes in. You open it up underneath the stickers and stuff. You get the pen. So what we're looking at today is the Kaweco Supra. The Supra is like the big brother of the Lilliput. If I show them here, like they are similar pens in concept. I'll go over some parts and features. Show the two next to each other and pros and cons and all that stuff. Okay, so starting with the top of the pen, you get the Kaweco logo there, which is fine. Nice sort of dome. This is the brass version. It also comes in a stainless steel version. You get a little bit of branding there, Kaweco. And then the pen travels down. There's a little step down here on the barrel. Then it continues along. We get the screws for posting and then another dome. This is important. So you uncap the pen here. It's about 3.5 turns. It has a number 6 size. This is just the steel nib version, the standard steel nib version. This nib alignment is how it came in the box, and it's off. And I will fix it, but I just wanted to show, like, this is how it comes in the box, so be aware. Okay, so you've got a small section here, which is slightly hourglass, and some threads there, and a little step down off the barrel, which is sharp because it is brass. You unscrew the pen, it's where the cartridge or converter goes. I've just put one of the small Kaweco plunger converters in there. It doesn't come with a converter, just with cartridges, which I think is a missed opportunity. But then you've got this second section here that you can unscrew. So basically the concept of this pen being that you can go from a full-length pen to I won't screw it all the way up, because it will depress the plunger, but like a pocket length pen, which puts it sort of closer to the realm of the Kaweco, just a bit, the Lilliput, sorry, just a bit bigger and certainly bigger. It's got, with that number 6 size nib, it's got a bit more girth and a bit more length, and it feels considerably more substantial in the hand. All the threads on this pen are all very smooth and well cut. You know, it's good. And I think the adaptability of this pen from a pocket pen to a full-size pen, and when it is posted, we are talking quite a decent length pen in the hand. It's nice. As this pen is made from brass, I will say it will patina, and you can see that by looking inside the barrel and stuff, just how the original sort of shiny brass, and that can be cleaned up. No issues there. And it's a very nice, simple pen with a number 6 size nib, which when you put it into the pocket format is something that a few brands are starting to do now, but is something that is, I think, very, very nice to have on a pen that size. So I got this in the medium nib. It's just a standard medium steel nib that they put on this. It comes with well, you can get it with extra fine, medium, or broad nibs. The Supra retails for $120 from a major US retailer. The conversion to Australian, when you buy it from an Australian retailer, does put it out in a higher price point. But I think at the $120 price point, you're getting a pretty decent deal here, especially for the brass version, which is heavy and sturdy, good EDC kind of pen, especially with the adaptability of the length there. Size comparison now, I've put it alongside a Lamy Safari here, the petrol version, and then the Lilliput. You can see it's a pretty decent sort of length pen. It's shorter than the Safari, but it's not a small pen, whereas alongside the Lilliput, of course, it looks gigantic. Uncapped, I think it holds its own pretty well against the Lamy Safari. It is a bit shorter, but it does have that slight extra bit of length on the nib, so it doesn't feel small in the hand. And of course, the Lilliput is not designed to be written within this smaller format, and we're going to get more onto that in just a second. Posted, I think it's a very, very decent length pen, just a couple of millimeters shorter than the Lamy Safari, and much longer there than the Lilliput, which is designed to be a small pen in the hand when posted. But as we said, the Supra here is adaptable to be sort of a more pocket size pen. I've just taken out that middle section just to show you alongside the Lilliput just what the pocket version looks like, and you can see it's just slightly bigger. The big advantage, of course, is the little bit more girth and the extra length on the nib there. Then capped in that format, you can see once again, it's really just girth. It's only a few millimeters longer than the Lilliput. I'll give the specifications now for this pen in its full size, the shorter version being roughly just over like an inch, so about 3 centimeters longer. So its capped length is 129 millimeters. Its uncapped length, 125 millimeters, so a fairly sort of decent size. Then when it's posted onto those slightly squeaky screws there on the back, it's 163, which makes this a decent sort of length pen, actually fairly long. The weight of the pen in general is 52 grams. 42 of that is in the barrel and 10 is in the cap. So when you put the cap on, you don't necessarily get it back weighted. You can feel that weight on the back, but I wouldn't say it's back weighted. And then of course the section width here is about 9.7 millimeters. So narrow, but not so narrow that it's unusable. Okay, now time for a writing sample. I have aligned that nib and feed just a bit more. As I said, it's just something to watch out for. So we have the Kaweco, not spelled wrong, but you get the idea. Supra, well, it's not spelled wrong, it's just bad handwriting, really. Writing it through a camera and all that kind of stuff. This is the brass version with a number 6. Oh dear, I won't do that again, that's just embarrassing. Number 6 steel medium nib. Okay. Oh, I should say the ink I have in this is Sailor. Tokiwamatsu. Okay, time for some writing. Quick writing. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit. Wetness. It's okay. It's perhaps slightly on the dry side. But the big issue is that it's just slightly inconsistent. So you see like here, or even just there when I tried to do that little sort of circle there, it sort of hard starts, it's a bit skippy, it goes from being quite dry to reasonable sort of flow, but the hard starts are a big issue here. It's like it dries out very, very quickly. Reverse writing is okay. It's a stiff nib, so don't try and flex it. I actually think this would spring very, very easily. It's very smooth. Like very smooth. This is Clairefontaine 90 gram paper, so it's expected. But the issue I have, as I said, it's the slight hard starts, the little bits of skipping, and so like the inconsistency in the wetness of this nib that I find to be very strange. It may be different if you use a cartridge in this. I've had 2 inks through this now. This is the second one. And both did this, and both were very different. One was a Lamy ink and one now a Sailor. So, you know, it does odd things. So let's talk pros and cons now for the Kaweco Supra. Start with the cons. The inconsistency of this nib is kind of a deal breaker because for me, a strength of this pen lies in like its EDC or pocket carry and all of those kinds of things. Like that's where it would actually be at its best. And if you can't rely on this pen writing consistently, then I think that's a big mistake. Also, I think a pen at this price point should come with a converter. I will say that every time, like if a pen from sort of, you know, that you can buy on eBay for $3 can come with a converter, there is no reason why these ones can't as well. And at 120 US, I think it's in a reasonable price point for the quality of the pen if that nib can be consistent. If you get one that writes well every time, I think it's a really good price. I can only review the pen I have in my hand, and this is one I bought myself. This isn't a sponsored review or, you know, a product's been provided or anything. This is my own purchase. So yeah. Pros for this pen, the size and the weight. So in the hand, I really enjoy how this pen feels, particularly unposted. And that's a thing I tend to feel anyway. I like sort of like that back weight of the pen to sit on the webbing of my hand. I think the adaptability of it is great. Especially if you use cartridges. I think that's the only way you could probably use it in its short form, same as the Lilliput. So that's something to be aware of. It's something I don't necessarily, it's not something I've done, but I like the fact that it's doable. The other thing I love is brass. I'm a big brass fan, so I love the brass of this pen. It's a super high quality lead-free brass, so brilliant. And also that nice sort of bronzy patina that it gets, I think is just beautiful. So overall, I think it's a pretty decent pen. If you can get one with the nib writes consistently, you're going to be onto something great here. Particularly if you like the Lilliput, want something a little bit bigger, girthier for your pocket, or you just like the concept of this pen. No clip or roll stop or anything, it's going to roll around. But if that's not a problem for you, then this might be something you might want to look into. It doesn't get enough attention, I don't think. And I think, as I said, if you've got one with a nib that wrote super well, which I'm sure there are, Kaweco aren't known for being the most consistent with their nibs. So just something to be aware of. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was the Kaweco Supra. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos that I produce. Please feel free to get in touch using any of the platforms listed below. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at @the_offstage_me, or you can contact me on any of my videos here or drop me an email which is listed down below. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you'd like to support the channel by sponsoring a review or providing an item for review, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.